A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a bold move that could reshape the landscape of international trade, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order reimposing reciprocal tariffs on imports from dozens of countries, with rates ranging from 10% to a staggering 41%. This decision comes as the administration seeks to address what it perceives as unfair trade practices that have put American businesses at a disadvantage. The tariffs, which are set to take effect on August 7th for most countries, with Canadian tariffs kicking in on August 1st, have sparked both concern and speculation about their potential economic impact. The White House has listed 69 trading partners that will be affected by the new tariff rates. Major economies like Australia and the United Kingdom will face a baseline rate of 10%, while other nations could see tariffs increase to 15% or more. In a statement released on Thursday, Trump emphasized the need for reciprocity in trade relationships, citing a national emergency as justification for the new tariffs. "I have determined that it is necessary and appropriate to deal with the national emergency declared in Executive Order 14257 by imposing additional ad valorem duties on goods of certain trading partners," Trump stated. This move marks a significant escalation in his administration's trade policies, which have already seen multiple delays and adjustments since the initial announcement of tariffs on April 2nd. Deborah Elms, head of trade policy at the Heinrich Foundation, noted that the timing of the announcement was critical, as the existing legal authority for tariff modifications was set to expire at midnight on August 1st. It was necessary to issue new rules. Otherwise, everything would snap back to rates set on April 2nd, she explained. The latest adjustments have raised eyebrows among trade experts, with many questioning the logic behind the varying rates assigned to different countries. In particular, the tariffs imposed on Canada have drawn sharp criticism. The White House has accused Ottawa of failing to cooperate in curbing the influx of fentanyl and other illicit drugs into the United States. Canada now faces a 35% tariff, a steep increase from the previous 25%. Notably, China and Mexico were absent from the latest list of tariff adjustments, despite previous tensions over trade issues. Trade policy expert Inu Manak suggested that many countries may rush to negotiate tariff rates before the August 7th deadline. The extra week provides an opportunity for nations already engaged in discussions with the U.S. to secure favorable terms and avoid the new tariffs altogether. The stakes are particularly high for countries facing tariffs of 15% or more. The new tariff structure retains a 10% universal tariff for most countries with which the U.S. holds a trade surplus, while countries with which the U.S. has a trade deficit will see a base tariff of 15%, subject to adjustments based on negotiations. This approach has led to mixed outcomes for various nations, with some securing better deals than others based on their bargaining power and the current administration's stance. The latest round of tariff increases also includes significant changes for specific industries, particularly semiconductors, automotive, and steel. For example, Taiwan's initial tariff rate of 32% has been reduced to 20%, while India faces a 25% tariff despite its strong ties with the U.S. Conversely, Switzerland's tariff has increased from 31% to 39%, raising questions about the rationale behind such decisions. As the global economy braces for potential fallout from these new tariffs, experts warn of rising inflation and other economic repercussions. The Trump administration's aggressive stance on trade is seen as an attempt to bolster domestic manufacturing by limiting foreign imports, but the long-term implications remain uncertain. In a separate development, the U.S. is set to implement new rules of origin to determine tariff rates on transshipped goods, which are goods moved between vessels during transit. These technicalities are still being ironed out, and further clarity is expected in the coming weeks. As the clock ticks down to the implementation of these tariffs, the international community watches closely to see how countries will respond and whether negotiations can lead to more favorable terms for all parties involved. With trade tensions escalating, the outcome of these tariff adjustments could have lasting effects on global trade dynamics and economic relationships for years to come. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.